Hi, welcome to I Hate Formulas. My name's Morgan. Today we'll be creating a program to help you find the average sample size when you have the confidence in a decimal form, the standard deviation, and the margin of error. The first thing you'll do is you'll create a new program by clicking Program, scrolling twice to New, and clicking Enter. You'll name your program Sample Size Average, abbreviated as SSAVG. And click Enter. The next thing you'll do is you'll click Input by going to Program, scrolling to Input Output, and Enter. You'll set your calculator in alpha lock and click the quotes. You'll then type in confidence, abbreviated as conf. You'll add a semicolon with the period button here, and you'll end your quotations. You'll take your calculator out of alpha lock, add a comma, and label it C. You'll click Enter and repeat the same thing for standard deviation. Alpha lock, that's not needed. Program, oops, start that one over. Program, input output, then we'll go into alpha lock. Add our quotes, standard deviation, abbreviated STDEV. We'll add our semicolon and our quotes. Repeat the same thing by adding a comma and labeling it S. We'll do that one more time for margin of error. Program, input output, add our quotes, and we're going to label that margin of error. This one's a little tricky. Make sure you add your spaces. There we go. You'll add your same colon and end your quotes. And once again, take it out of alpha lock, add your comma, and you're going to label this one E for error. Oops. That's not what I want. There it is. Now for the fun stuff, we're going to click Program, Input Output, and scroll to number 3, DISP, which stands for Display. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click Math, go over to Numbers, and you're going to click number 5, Int. You're going to add 2 more parentheses, and you're going to go into inverse norm by clicking second, vars, 3. It's going to ask you for the area, so for now, we're just going to put in a random number. So we'll put in 0.95 for that confidence. It's going to ask you for the mean, which we're going to leave at 0, and the standard deviation, which is 1 for a standard normal curve. So we'll enter that. Now we're going to go back in and fix this 0.95. So we're going to delete this number here, and we're going to put in here an extra parentheses, and we're going to put in second insert 1 minus C, which is going to stand for our confidence. And we're going to close that parentheses and divide, make sure you insert again. We're going to divide by 2 and insert one more time. And we're going to add that comma. We're going to add a 0. Insert one more time just to finish off that comma, and one last time, and 1. So now you should read int 3 parentheses inverse norm 2 parentheses 1 minus c close parentheses divided by 2 comma 0 comma 1 and parentheses. Next, we're going to add to this line by multiplying, oops, that's not what I wanted, on the outside of the parentheses. We're going to multiply by our S, so we're going to set it into alpha lock, multiply by s, close parentheses, no, close parentheses, there we go, and divide by e, which is our margin of error. This is not working. Divide by e. This is not fun. There we go. Divide by e. Close off our parentheses and square the whole thing by clicking the x squared button. Closing off our parentheses one more time. And last but not least, we're going to add 1. And there you have it. There's your program. So we're going to click second quit. And now that saves it. So we're going to test it by going into program. And we're going to execute the sample size average program we just created. And it's going to ask us for our confidence. So let's say we have 95% confidence, which we're entering as a decimal. It's asking us for the standard deviation. So we'll say our standard deviation is 1 in this case. Our margin of error, let's say it's 2. And there we go. It's saying our average sample size is going to be approximately 1. Thank you. Make sure to check us out on Twitter or on Facebook at I Hate Formulas.